Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to be playing around with this beautiful stencil set. It's so pretty, so fun for spring and Easter time. It is called Bunny Egg Stencil, and it is a part of Simon Says Stamp's latest release. As a reminder, I'll definitely place links to all of the products that I'm using in this video and to bring this card together. That way, if you want to recreate it, then you know exactly what you'll need or where to get started. Okay, so as you can see, they layer upon one another. We have one layer with the outline of the egg and more of a sunburst effect there. I think that's really pretty and masking off the bunny. And then the second is the actual bunny with the cute little ears and paws. So very cute. So let me go ahead and grab a panel of cardstock really quickly, and then we'll start having fun with some ink blending, and I might bring in some glitter paste. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tape my panel down to my glass mat, and because I'm not too sure where I want to take this card, what I'm going to do is make sure that I go ahead and center my stencil, because I'm not sure if this will be my actual back panel or if I will end up trimming this out. So I think that's just about center. That looks pretty good or close enough. Okay, so let me tape down my stencil next, and I'm also going to I'll add some Post-it tape around the edges just a little bit, just to give myself a little grace when I am ink blending, and well, we'll see if we'll bring in some glitter. So bringing in my Post-it tape just to add a little bit more protection. This is just masking off any area of the paper that I don't want ink to get on. And again, I'm starting with the little sun background, more of the egg shape. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do, don't mind that little piece. I have something under that stencil, but it'll be just fine. What I'm going to do is I think I'll bring in Cheeky. It's a really pretty color, and I think I'll blend this onto my background. In fact, I could even blend Cheeky and Melon kind of into one another and do a nice little blend. That could be pretty too. So let's bring both of those in. I love these two together. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that I do in fact love how these blend on a little piece of paper over here. So let's bring in a little bit of the Cheeky. Yeah, that's so pretty. And then I want to do Melon. Ooh, I think that will be pretty because I think it'll maybe look more sunsetty. I think that's pretty. Oh goodness, it was almost off camera there, but I think that will look fun. Okay, so I am going to, let's keep this just for a little tap paper. I'm going to start with the Cheeky, and I'm just going to start blending right on that background. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm just going to go pretty light. Less is more for me, and you can always add more. Always add more. And then I'm going to pause. Let's go with some Melon. And I'm going to come from the bottom and just go lightly up to the top and just blend those two together. Oh, I think that's going to be really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, now I'll just bring both brushes kind of back and forth to make sure that that little blend looks nice. But honestly, I think I'm going to stop there. I think less is going to be more. I like that. I'm going to go just a little bit within the bunny ears here to bring a little bit of that orange in. But I think that's it. Okay, so I have some of this Gina K Glitz Glitter Gel, and I think this would be really pretty to place on top of the little ink blended sections that I just did. So keeping the stencil still intact, what I'm going to do is just grab some of this gel. It's kind of like a paste, really. And I'm going to place it just at the top here. Okay, right up here. And I kind of like, let's see, I'm gonna see if I can just kind of bring this down with more of this little shaped scraper. And I'm just going to scrape it, hopefully, and keep that gel right in that little egg-shaped area. Right where I've ink blended, we want to keep that. So actually, I can just use the same one. I'm just going to grab a tad bit more. I just want to like kind of do it on the side so I don't get it underneath that stencil. And just keep grabbing as much as I need. And mainly just getting it all down real quick, and then we'll worry about smoothing it out. Isn't that pretty? And you can still see the beautiful color behind, but it just adds some fun shine. Okay, so now I think I'll just kind of scoop this back in. And I don't know, I might be noticing a little bit of pink from my ink, so maybe I won't scoop it back in to my jar, just so that I don't transfer any color to my next project when I do this. Okay, that looks really good. So I'm going to set this to the side. I may just kind of grab that top little bit. That way I don't have pink in there. Okay, and I'll just clean these off with a wet wipe. I found these little scrapers at Dollar Tree. You can find these anywhere. They're at any craft store, but I found them there and thought that is going to come in handy with multimedia pastes and things. Okay, let's put these to the side, and then what I want to do is very carefully, let's remove our Post-it tape, and I'm going to just keep all of the little pieces that come off. See how it's nice here? I would definitely would have, you know, drug a little bit of the paste onto my panel. And now take this off, and underneath, oh my goodness, that's so cute. That is so cute. Now let me grab my little awl, because whatever was on there is just stuck right there. Let me grab that piece. Okay, there we go. I had to grab some tweezers. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean off my stencil really quickly. As you can see, it still has all that glitter on there. I'm going to run and do it with some warm water, and then we will give this a little bit of time to just dry. Okay, so I'm just facilitating a little drying. And what I'm thinking, let me test and see if that's dry enough. I might let that sit a little bit longer. What I'm thinking, but look, in the meantime, isn't that pretty? You still see so much of that nice blend in the back, but then you have the texture, not only texture, but you also have some dimension there, because it gives a little raised effect when you place that on top, but you also just have a really pretty shine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take my tape off. I think what I'm going to do, now I was looking through my ink colors, I just do not have a nice little brown. So what I was thinking is you could either take some Copics and color in the bunny, or I think what I would like to do is just add some little rosy cheeks to the bunny and call it good. I think I'm going to leave white, and I'm just going to leave alone. Now, what we miss here though is we do miss the cute little paws, but I think that's okay. I think we'll be okay without the little paws. I think it's just as cute. Okay, so take this in any direction. If you were to begin the ink blending for the second one, again, you would just line this up and place it down, and then you would blend into your bunny, because then you'd be masking off the rest of your beautiful egg. So very, very pretty. I think that's so fun, and I love the idea of a layering stencil. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of my Copics. And because I have my ink over here, my little tester ink, I'm just going to, ooh, I think that one's it. Although, will it look like, I wonder if it'll look like, like eyes. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. This is RV10. Nope, that's a little too bubblegum. I really like RV, or no, R20. R20. But now I have to decide if that's gonna look okay, or if it's gonna look, I don't know. Maybe because of the placement it will look okay. I'm going to grab a piece of acetate because, oh, is that going to be dry enough? I think it is okay. Because then I can just test without making it permanent. So again, I have R20 and I'm just going to add, oh, it's hard for you to see. I'm going to add some cheeks. This might be more for me than for you. You know, it's cute, but for me, all I can see are pink eyes. So I'm just gonna let it alone. Okay, I'm glad I tried that on acetate because I wasn't loving it. Okay, let's go ahead and I think what I wanna do is trim this out. But also I really wanna show you that up close texture. It's so fun. Not only is it kind of iridescent, but it's got a really, really neat texture to it, which is really neat. Okay, so really truly this does seem dry to me, but I'm gonna give it just the grace of time because I have some other things that I can do in the meantime, and I would just rather give it more longer than it needs than to go too quickly and mess it up. So I am going to go ahead and grab my paper trimmer. I have an A2 size panel here. A2 is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I am simply going to take a 1/4 inch off each side. So I will do 4 inches and then I will do 5 1/4. And what I want to do is I want this to be my panel. I am going to end up trimming this out. And I want to do some embossing on this. So I wanted my panel to be trimmed first because once it's embossed, I don't want to cut it down and potentially ruin the nice raised and 3D embossing effect. Now I have this really fun embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp that I will go ahead and link down below as well, but I really like it because it just has some really fun spring vibes to me, though it really would be beautiful all year round. So I just need to decide, okay, the raised side is here, so that's where I want to put my panel, that side. Okay, and then I'm going to take a baby wipe and just gently wipe down. In fact, this is nice and clean. I'm going to just dampen my paper just to kind of, I don't know, what does it do? Open the fibers of the paper up? I'm not sure. All I know is it does work. So I'm going to place this right into my embossing folder like that, being mindful of the lines. And whoops, then I'm going to totally move it and start again. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then I will go ahead and just place this through my spellbinders and we'll emboss this beautiful panel. Okay, so every embossing folder is created differently, right? So I'm finding for this embossing folder, I'm going to just place a piece of kind of cardboard or thicker cardstock underneath. It's just one of the little inserts from a product that I purchased. And then I'm going to do my base plate, just a little shim, if you will. And then I'll do my embossing folder with my cardstock inside. And you just kind of have to test out each and every embossing folder that you have. They all just act a little differently. And I'm gonna just run that through twice. I don't know that I need to, but I'm going to. Okay, so now let me go ahead and open this up and see the beautiful look. Isn't that pretty? I think I will actually add more pressure. So since it stayed there, I am going to add another shim. Okay, so honestly, all I'm going to do is just grab a piece of cardstock and then I think that will give me just what I need. Oh, yep, absolutely. Oh, that feels really nice. And you just get a feel for it. You'll just know as you are kind of rolling it through your machine, you can feel, ooh, isn't that pretty? Go ahead and lift this up. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that fun? And I feel like it's so spring. Just feels like beautiful springtime. Still giving my little glittery egg a little time to dry. I am now going to do my card base. So I have 110-pound cardstock this time at 11 by 4 1/4. And I will place my score line at 5 1/2, which is half of the 11. And then we will have our very pretty top folding A2 size card. Okay, I'll just really press down and so pretty. Okay, so now I just have some foam tape on the back of my embossed panel. I'm going to open up my card and let's place this down, and then we'll get ready to both cut out the egg, but also we'll decide on what we want to do for a sentiment. Oops, one last one. And now I have all my liners off. Okay, so let me place this right on my panel here, or my card base. Okay, there we go. Isn't that fun? I think that is really, really pretty. I love that. Okay, bringing my panel back in, I have this nested egg set. And this is just a little set of dies. They're also from Simon Says Stamp, and I'll link this set down below. But I think the largest one should work really well trimming this out. Okay, so I am just going to trim out my largest egg in this nested collection. And let's test that out. Okay, so it's definitely not the exact size shape. Okay, so this is all dry. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fussy cut around the border of the egg. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to bring in a little pink with my sentiment, and then we'll do the sub-sentiment in a bit. But I have this hello die, I'll link it down below. I'd cut out 2 in white for the shadow layer, and then 4 with the pink for the hello. And then what I also did was backed with foam tape my cute little egg, which is gonna be really cute on the card. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing these together, and then we will continue. Okay, so this is all done. How pretty is this? I love it. Okay, call me indecisive, but I went ahead and topped it with gold. I loved the pink, don't get me wrong, but it just was a shade off. It was a little too like baby pink, where I feel like this has a little bit more of the orange in it. So I just didn't feel like it was flowing as well. But what I did was I just placed it on top of that pink. So I think it's kind of fun because from the side, you still have that hint of pink, and I think that looks so fun and dimensional. And I love how that ended up turning out. But I think the gold, it just complements it a little bit better. Okay, so now I am going to do a little sub-sentiment, which I think will be really, really fun. I have this stamp set. This is called Tiny Words Faith, and I will link this down below. I think this is amazing. This has so many versatile fonts. I feel like you could use this stamp set for just about anything. This one, especially for anyone who's grieving, if you needed a sympathy card. You have your little one is a beautiful gift from God, so obviously a brand new baby or new member of the family. And then we have some fun Easter types of things. Congrats on your confirmation, things like that. So I love this. I am going to go ahead and open this up and grab, let's see, I think I decided on doing You Are a Gift from God. I just love that. So I'm gonna grab that and let's go ahead and stamp that out. I totally changed my mind. Do you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm going to move the egg a little bit right here. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp one of these more like rectangular ones. And I thought it would be cute to put the sub-sentiment in the middle of the bunny. I think that would be really fun. Against all better judgment, I'm just going to slowly take my foam tape off the back. If you go slow and steady, you'll be just fine. But I want this to be perfectly flat because I'm gonna place this right into my MISTI and do my stamping. Okay, so just fine without the foam tape. And what I'm going to do is make sure that that's the right way. I'm going to put a piece of tape here too, just because obviously the shape doesn't have a right angle to tuck it into the corner. But now I'll just decide on my sub-sentiment. And the best thing that I like to do when doing this, when I have a little bit of space to work with, is I'm going to take out the stamps. But I like to just hover over this area. I love "You Are Proof of God's Love." That is so beautiful. I also love "He Has You in His Hands." I think that's very encouraging too. I love that. I think I am going to do "You Are Proof of God's Love." I think that's pretty, and I also love how that nestles right in there. Okay, so let me place this here. Oh, I'm loving this idea. Okay, and I think that's straight. Should be. Maybe making sure my egg is straight, actually. Okay. Whoa, okay, let's move that. Let's move that magnet. Okay, that looks straight, right? I think so. Okay, then we'll just nestle this one where it needs to go. I think that should be about right. And I think I will just do it in black ink. Okay, I think that should be good. So let me bring that up, bring that back down. Gonna lightly kind of condition that stamp without nudging it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna opt for a black. I'll just do my Memento Tuxedo black ink, and we'll stamp that. I think that'll be really pretty, and I think the contrast will be pretty too. Okay, so just like that. Oh, goodness gracious. That is so pretty. I love that. Love it so much. Okay, that was, for me, the right answer. Okay, now that this is clean, I will put this right back on my little stamp sheet because it's so tiny I could see that getting lost. Okay, so my foam tape is going right back on. Easy peasy. And now I think what I'll do is get an idea. Oh, it's not going to be centered anymore. I like this idea. And then I'll just have some fun with little sequins up here. I think that'll be really pretty. So let me grab my hello. Oh, I really like that. Very fun. So I think what I'll do is I want my hello to be centered. That looks pretty good. Let's get the egg down. So I'm going to take the little liners off here. And let's grab the tweezers just so that I can visually see without too many hands being distracting. Okay. Here we go. Oops. So I'm thinking there. I think that looks good. Let's see. Before I put it all the way down. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so I think up and down that looks nice. Pretty. Love the tones on this card. Really nice. Okay, and then I will add this. So for this, what I'll do is I will add some little foam squares, and I will probably just add them to the back of, or the bottom of the hello. I'll definitely do, yes, I'm going to do the bottom of the H-E-L-L and then most of that O area. I think that will allow the rest to just overlap onto our little bunny area. Okay, there we go. Skipping this part up here. Whoops. And there. Okay, I think that will work really nice. And let's do there. I like that. Okay. And what I will do is I'm just going to, with my little precision glue here, add a little bit of glue behind. So those will stick down. And hopefully that'll stick to that textured glue there, or the textured glitter. Let's grab our stamp block. I'll just let that sit. Okay, I think that's nice. So I have a couple of sequin options here, and I'm not quite convinced that I won't just do the dewdrops. Those are one of my favorites because they are just subtly there, which I think is really fun. So let's just experiment with a few and see what we like best. Okay, so I put a few on here. The thing about, is this the Aura? Is it takes the color, it usually gives a little, or takes a little bit of a pink color, which I think is super fun. Although for this, I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to put that one back. And then I kind of feel like while it works good with the gold, I think it's just, I don't know, maybe too much for me. I want something quieter. So in the end, I really think that the little dewdrops are going to be really, really pretty. Again, I think they're just really quiet, but they're there and they offer a little bit of texture. Okay, so at the end of the card day, this is the placement I decided on, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. I like the idea of doing a trio. It just was working for me, and kind of the kind of spaces that not necessarily I needed to fill, but just kind of, I don't know, it just helped my eye a little bit to have some there. So I'm going to need a little bit more. That one doesn't want to stay down. Okay, so we'll add one right there. Kind of tucking behind the egg just a little bit. And the thing I like about these little dewdrops is that they take on more of a cloudy look once they're glued, and it kind of softens the look a little bit. So I actually prefer it once the glue is underneath. Just a tad more. It just softens it. It's not as bold. Okay, so I really, really like the final look of that. I think it's just really pretty, and I think the little dewdrops really added just to the final look. I think that's so fun. Okay, be sure to check out all the other goodies that Simon Says Stamp released in their latest release. So fun. I just adore all of their little products. So again, everything will be linked down below, just in case you want to recreate this look, or if you have some other fun ideas with these products and you want to make a cute little card, everything will be down there. All right, everyone, I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll chat with you soon.